Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors' $12.8 million signing named among best additions of NBA summer. The Golden State Warriors had one of the best summers in the NBA, both in the aggregate and on a player-specific basis. Kevin Pelton of ESPN offered the Dubs a B+ offseason grade, despite losing Klay Thompson inside the Western Conference to the Dallas Mavericks. The primary reason for Pelton's optimism around the Warriors' moves is the addition of DeAnthony Melton. The Warriors appear to have improved both their roster and their cap sheet, Pelton wrote on Thursday, July 25. If 3&D standout DeAnthony Melton can stay healthy after missing 44 games last season with the Philadelphia 76ers, he'll be one of the summer's best additions, while Buddy Hield helps replace Thompson's shooting and Kyle Anderson brings a versatile skill set to the Golden State bench. The three players combined will make more than $30 million less than Thompson's previous $43 million salary. Melton inked a one-year deal with Golden State for $12.8 million on July 8 via the team's non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Melton averaged 26.9 minutes per game last season. His playing time and production could spike in Golden State depending on the decisions head coach Steve Kerr makes with the starting lineup. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report has projected Melton to serve as the backup point guard to Stephen Curry. That scenario, however, leaves Golden State's starting lineup starved for shooting with Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green slotted at the two forward spots and the center position, respectively. Second-year shooting guard Brandon Podziemski would round out the lineup alongside Curry in the backcourt, per Buckley's configuration. Melton is a combo guard and ran the point as a backup for the Memphis Grizzlies during the first 3 years of his career. He has the ball-handling chops to fill in for Curry when the Warrior star is on the bench, but can probably be more effective in the starting lineup where he can offer elite defense as well as a three-point threat alongside Curry. Melton shot 39% on 5.2 attempts from behind the arc and 36% on 5.6 tries per game in the past 2 seasons, respectively, according to Basketball Reference. For his career, Melton is a 36.9% shooter from the three-point line on 4.1 attempts per game. He's also averaged double-digit points in each of the past 3 campaigns, posting a career-high 11.1 per contest in 2023-24. Furthermore, Melton has been well above average as a defender during his professional tenure. He posted defensive ratings of 112.6 last season and 111.0 the year prior. Those numbers were 3.5 points and 4.6 points better than the league average defender per 100 possessions, according to StatMuse. Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz dunks over Jonathan Kuminga of the Golden State Warriors during an NBA game. Hield's shooting, Anderson's playmaking and what Melton brings to the Warriors on both ends of the floor, potentially as a starter, may not be all the team has added to its arsenal by the time the offseason is through. As a leading contender to trade for Lauri Markkanen should the Utah Jazz choose to move him, the Warriors might not be finished, Pelton added on Thursday. There has been little in the way of new information on trade discussions between the Dubs and the Jazz since Shams Charania of The Athletic reported on July 15 that the two sides had reached an impasse on a return for the one-time All-Star and offensively versatile 7-foot playmaker. League sources tell The Athletic the Warriors have discussed a proposal around Moses Moody, multiple first-round picks, multiple pick swaps and multiple second-round picks, Charania wrote. The Jazz, however, have asked for the bulk of young talent and capital the Warriors possess, including Moody, Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski, along with picks, which has been a non-starter thus far for Golden State, league sources said. The highest expectations for the Warriors among league insiders with their current roster construction is an outside shot at a home playoff series in round 1, assuming injury luck and other relatively uncontrollable factors break their way. However, adding Markkanen as a true co-star alongside Curry could move the needle enough to put Golden State back into serious contention at the top of the Western Conference. Draymond Green urged Warriors against bad trade they were about to make. Draymond Green put the general manager hat on for at least a portion of the 2024 NBA offseason. And as he explained on a recent episode of the Club 520 podcast, he gave a team-first opinion on a few trades the Golden State Warriors were about to make last week. According to Green, he told the franchise that a trade would help him currently in his career, but that it was a bad trade and urged the Warriors not to take it. "We was just about to make some trades last week," Green said on the podcast. "And I told them straight up, like, yo, that trade will help me. It'll help me right now in my career these last couple of years and Steph Curry. But I've always spoke to y'all from a place of, what's best for this organization. I won't stop now. That's a bad trade, don't do that trade. I disagree with it, although it's going to help me right now." The comments from Green are especially noteworthy considering the Warriors have been the most common team mentioned in the thick of trade rumors surrounding Utah Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen. Green didn't clarify which players were involved in the team's most recent trade talks, but it would be interesting if he pushed back on a deal involving Markkanen. The Warriors are already set to roll out a new look group in 2024-25 following Klay Thompson's departure. They've also added the likes of Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton and Kyle Anderson to the mix. It'll be interesting to monitor if Golden State opts to make another move or two in hopes of improving from where it finished last season, as the number 10 seed in a tough Western Conference. Golden State Warriors firmly in the driver's seat in trade race for All-Star forward. The Golden State Warriors are still hot in hot pursuit for Utah Jazz star Lauri Markkanen. The Dubs have identified their target and they are determined to land their man. Their chase for the All-Star forward, however, has become a bit complicated. At least one team appears to be in the race for Markkanen as well, with the San Antonio Spurs reportedly registering interest in the 27-year-old. The good news for the Warriors, however, is that they seem to be in pole position in the race for Markkanen's services. Spurs insider Tim Montemayor recently reported that while San Antonio is willing to up their ante for Utah's prized star, the Warriors remain the favorites to land Markkanen. The San Antonio Spurs are willing to put in a third first-round pick, and you can tell that they are seeing that they have to come with a sense of urgency to get this deal done, Montemayor said, hat tip Caleb Geberwold of the Dunk Central. "I'm telling you, the Golden State Warriors, from what I was told yesterday, are firmly in the driver's seat to make this trade happen. There is no sense of urgency to make that deal happen now, today. The Jazz are going to drag this out as long as they can." The fact that the Jazz have continued to hold out up until this point in the offseason indicates their hesitation to part ways with Markkanen. They aren't closing the door on a potential blockbuster trade, but you can be sure that they are demanding a major haul to even consider trading Markkanen away. At this point, it appears that it's a matter of who's going to budge first. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Lauri Markkanen? Leave your opinion in the comments.